Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 72 of the Pod of War Gamescast. I'm your host, Theo Gizmo, joined this week by Massive Dads, Chris McGalley.
Hello, everyone.
And Xbox Live's CW Lanky.
Hello.
Boys, it's been another week-ish. No America trips to talk about this time, but we have got lots of games to talk about. So, where should we get? Actually, before we get too into the topic of the show, let's start with what we've been buying, what we've been playing. Craigo, what have you been up to?
So I've not bought anything, which is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Switch update there isn't really a Switch update. It's still kind of living in shame at the moment.
Nice.
For not giving me a checkpoint on not giving me any checkpoints ever on Metroid Prime Remastered.
According to your pattern, you have to play a Kirby game next anyway.
I think that's right. Yeah.
So I'll see you on Dream Course Buffet tonight.
Yeah, it's strange. I've beaten 2 Kirby games now, and no Marios, no Zeldas. No, yeah, that's the way of Nintendo apparently.
Wow.
So yeah, the Switch hasn't been turned on yet. It is still charged. So that was the time. Last time I went to pick it up and play it, it wasn't charged. So it's charged now. So it is actually an option now, as it wasn't before. So we need to get back to that, boys. Right? We need to get back to that. We can't let what happened before happen again. But I have been playing a lot of Xbox. A teeny bit of Age of Empires, not as much as before.
It'll come back, don't you worry.
Last time, I think I was on a bit of a losing streak. I have had some wins since then, which is good.
Oh yeah.
I think my ranked record now for 1v1s is 20 and 19, so I'm just about still positive. Just
nice.
I did play a game earlier and lose on Arena, quite brutally.
What civilization do you use as someone that hasn't played AoE 2?
I normally play the Franks or the Lithuanians, just because, Pengy, they are basic cavalry civs, and I'm a basic bitch.
He is.
I don't want to complicate things at all. I just want to fucking build strong ass cavalry and run them in. I don't want to micro them. I don't want to fucking mess around going, oh, I got to move my archers from here to here, and then they fire. No, I'm not good enough for any of that shit. I'm playing on a fucking controller. Just run the cavalry in and hope for the best. That's pretty much my as far as my strategy goes. So yeah, that's the civs that I play, and it's probably Peggy why I'm not as successful as I maybe should be, because I limit myself like that. But that is what it is. Other than that, we have had a bit of Forza earlier, just kind of mopping up some achievements. I got the drive on all the road achievement earlier, which is only there's only 30 or something.
One of my favourite achievements to get.
Oh yeah,
there's a Forza game coming out.
And then I started going on the old reward boards as well. Over 1500 G in Forza Horizon 5 now.
Bad.
And just over 160 hours according to True Achievements, boys, which is
It's not bad for the $34.99 we paid for the upgrade, I suppose.
I know, right? It's exciting, right? But other than that, the main thing I've been playing is a lot more Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Oh yes.
I am up to chapter 15 now.
Nice.
Just got to the start of 15, so I think I'm nearly there. The poor girl's been kidnapped about 602 times, I'd say, at this point.
Yeah.
She just keeps getting kidnapped, bless her.
You've got to do all of the awful underwater escorting things in this, or is that one of the things that got cut?
So she just kind of follows you around. I don't know.
There's Penguin will know more than me, but there was a section in the original game where you had to hold her hand and pull her through water. I remember that was pretty tedious.
No, I think that's
run away from a boulder. That's also been cut, I think.
I think obviously I didn't play the original, but on a lot of the reviews they said that a lot of that sort of shit had just
the campy shit is gone.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I've saved her 603 times at this point, and yeah, she's just been kidnapped again, bless her. So. I'm guessing we're gonna have to go save her again, right, boys?
Oh yeah, that's your mission.
Yeah. But the game is ridiculously good. Even there's an underground part of the game. which I guess is probably an original as well. And I was like, oh, this is just gonna be like a generic, quite boring undergroundy bit in caves, right? But like even that, just like it looks ridiculous. Like the environments in this game, because that engine is just crazy, that RE engine, what they can do on it. So all the lighting just looks amazing, and it goes like full Indiana Jones at one point. You're just like you're in these little mine carts, and you got like a full-on shootout going on, and the music is just going nuts, and it's just like, oh, this is just forgotten. It's a horror game at this point. This is just Indiana Jones. It's brilliant. So yeah, I imagine I've got a handful more chapters to do, which I probably have to save the go another like 30 odd times, I'd imagine, in those couple of chapters, but that's fine. We keep going. And then that'll be probably me done. So I'll probably wrap that up this week. But yeah, it is awesome. Would definitely recommend it to anyone if you are into the modern Resident Evil games.
Very nice. A very concise, exciting week for you, Craig.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, before we get to the big dog, because obviously that's the bit that everyone actually listens to the podcast for, we'll go with me. So in purchasing, I've bought nothing at all. Nothing.
Yay!
So we there's no need. I haven't really had that much time to game. So the bulk of my gaming has been, much like Craig, a little dabble into Age of Empires 2. Played about 5 or 6 hours of that. I've not been as successful as Craig. But,
and what civ do you use? Do you use the same? Because
no, I
it's
don't use.
cavalry?
Don't use. I can't be the French, Pengy. You should know that about me by now. No, I sort of toyed with the archers for a while, and then just kept getting my stuff pushed in. So now I mainly use the Spanish. They're kind of a sort of cavalry, gunpowdery civ. They're pretty simple to use, but yeah, I'm still not placed. So I'm not playing against people of my ability. I'm playing against people who also not placed. So it's I'm coming across the people that know how to do the thing that me and Craig can't do and micromanage 5 different groups at once, and that tends to be where I get unstuck at the moment. But we'll keep going.
Yeah,
I'll
there
probably
is a
play some
weird
tonight, but
a weird bit where you when your first 10 games, you are either destroying people or just getting destroyed very quickly.
yes, and that is.
And then once you are placed, the games do become much more balanced, in fairness.
Yeah, so that's my hope, to try and get some more. I'll probably play some more after we're done recording. I know Damon's back on it, so preparation for the defeat tomorrow is probably a good idea. But yeah, it's a very good game. At some point, I'm gonna get the DLC pass, because there's a lot of content that they're adding.
They just did another massive patch for it as well. Like,
It's very well
huge
supported.
patch.
Very well supported, which is cool for a game that, again, I played in my childhood. So the fact that it's now basically treated like a new game, it's pretty good. And it's like we've said in past, the controls on console are genuinely very good. I know it's the 3rd time I think they've tried to put Age of Empires 2 on console, so they've learned.
Because I remember it on PS2.
It was also on DS.
Yeah.
There's some trivia for you, everyone. But yeah, it's a really good game. Loving that. Other than that, I have, ironically, Craig, been playing on my Switch. So it lives in my house as well, but it's just been more Mario Kart. Love Mario Kart. I'll play Mario Kart until I can't Mario Kart anymore. But yeah, I've just been playing Mario Kart online. It's mostly the loop of the new tracks, to be honest, and the new tracks are really good. Birdo is a cool new character, and Mario Kart still continues to be the best looking game on Switch, and the game with the best online. Quite comfortably the best online, actually. But yeah, you can't really argue with Mario Kart and Age of Empires 2, Craig. But yeah, I do need to get back to Hogwarts. That game has suffered from me going away for 2 weeks, but I do want to get it finished so I can move on to something, sell it, and move on to something else. I did do the intro to Jedi Fallen Order again on PS5 the other night. We'll probably try and replay that all the way through before
that first level is like one of the best first levels.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So good.
I've actually done it 3 times. Actually, I did it on Stadia as well for a video, but I'm got to rest it. But yeah, so I probably want to replay that game. So I'm gonna absolutely do that. I can't really afford to buy Jedi Survivor, though. Obviously, I'm big in the Mandalorian kind of feeling right now, so I would love nothing more than to Star Wars on my Star Wars everywhere. But I have enough Star Wars games in my backlog, so yeah, it's going to be a pretty backlog heavy. Probably 2 months apart from Zelda, I think, for me. But we'll see. We'll talk about Zelda when we get to closer to the time. But that is me, Pengy. Here we go. What have you bought? What have you been playing?
Well, as it's only been a week and not 3 weeks like last time, it's actually 0 pickups.
Thank God.
My God.
Yeah. And it is basically it's like one game played as well.
It
And
has
that's
frozen over.
Metroid Fusion on the Switch for the GBA Online application.
Wow. We said it couldn't be done.
Yeah, they said it wouldn't be done. He was like, never going to play any of the GBA games, but I have now played Fusion, which means it's my third Metroid game I finished, and all 3 on Switch as well.
Where does it rank on the Metroid leaderboard then, Pengy? For you?
This is number 2, so it's Dread, Fusion, Prime at the moment.
Oh, somewhat controversial, but
See, I really liked Fusion. I put on like the G name for him. It's kind of story heavy for a Metroid game. You
oh,
have
so sorry. He doesn't shut up, does Adam?
so Adam and Samus, and you get the cutscenes, which obviously is text as this GBA game and stuff. So you have quite a bit of a story in the game. So it kind of reminds me of Dread because that had some, like more story elements and stuff like that. And I just think the Metroidvania genre works better in 2D than 3D.
Yeah, I would actually agree. It's also very scary, that game.
Yeah.
Like, not all jokes aside, Craig, Fusion, terrifying.
Yeah, so because you're getting chased by the SAX, which is similar to like the MEs you would have seen in Dread,
but way more intimidating than the MEs. Way more. You can't parry your way out of that. I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
But
no.
Nice.
And the art style was good, but from like the GBA and that, so holds up quite well. Plus, I played it totally handheld, so
yeah,
it's just like a slightly a bigger GBA screen. So that's all I played because I did similar to you. I caught up. I watched all 7 episodes of Mandalorian. Seen the Mario movie and stuff like that. So
I still haven't seen that. Is that good?
yeah, it's good.
It's good. Okay, me and my girlfriend are probably going to watch it on the weekend. I've been meaning,
Yeah.
dying to go. Dying, Craig, because I love me some Mario. But so now you're playing Metroid in a reverse order. What's the game canonically before Fusion? Because you've gone 5-4, right? So you got to play Super Metroid now.
I don't think I'm going to play Super Metroid.
You got to play Zero Mission. Zero Mission's probably everyone's favorite, right? So
that's the one I'm looking forward to next because it will be in the GBA Online. I have obviously because it's a remake of the first one. I'll have stuff added to it like the map and stuff that Fusion's got, and it was after Fusion, so
yeah,
they hopefully what they've took from Fusion on there, like Super Metroid, everyone says it's fantastic, but like the lack of map and stuff like that, like when that first release, remember it was in that huge box with it came with a strategy guide, like with the default to have the map and stuff in. So don't think I'm gonna play that.
That's probably a nostalgia thing at this point. Like if you have nostalgia for it, you'd go back and love it. But like if you'd never played it back in the day, I'd imagine you'd just be like,
kind of
what
my
the fuck?
opinion for A Link to the Past. It's always been my problem with A Link to the Past is like at the time, like I can completely see and understand why that would be everyone's favorite game of all time, but like it doesn't signpost you anywhere, and like the controls are a little stiff. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's one of the, I think Super Metroid as well, because I think if my memory serves me, Super Metroid, the aiming is really difficult because it was really reliant on the bumpers instead of it being like a free aim. So especially going back from Fusion and Dread, I think Super Metroid might be a bit much.
Anything like Fusion, you're saying that it does obviously. Adam does tell you like this is exactly where you need to go.
Yeah,
it is a
yeah. Where Super Metroid's like, hey, the last Metroid is in captivity. Enjoy.
Yeah, so it's I guess you could say it's still not an easy game, but
no,
easier due to like
it's more modern, isn't it? I think that's
it's much more modern.
Yeah.
But again, what I'm looking forward to Zero Mission. So my order is going to be like 5, 4, 1.
Nice. Is there anything else on the classic ones that tempts you? On the classic the GBA thing?
What's on the GBA Minish Cap? I would possibly play because it's, in my opinion, the best 2D Zelda. But that could be controversial as well.
Wouldn't be like you to have a controversial Nintendo or Zelda thing, would it?
Well, yeah, but like you said, most people would go like A Link to the Past, which could be, nostalgia and stuff like that. Yeah. But as one's looking, Zero Mission coming, Fire Emblem's coming at some point when they announce the trailer, so I'm keen for that. Golden Sun, which I'm more keen if hopefully Nintendo can see what people are playing. And it's just not the app, and they can see. Hopefully, loads of people go play Golden Sun, and then we can get a new Golden Sun game. That'd be great.
Nice. So
Yeah.
it's Pengy is full on Switch mode now then.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, not a surprise. Looking at what's come out, nothing is really your street until I would presume Final Fantasy. Really?
16. We did watch the state of play of that. It looks good.
I watched it this morning. All of my fears for it are in it. Will be a good game. Don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't look like the type of Final Fantasy game that I want to play. Yeah, just looks like medieval Game of Thronesy sort of Demon Soulsy kind of thing, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll pass on that. If I'm gonna play a game like that, it will be Star Wars because lightsabers, you know. But nice. Before we
And we did have the Zelda trailer as well.
yeah, that was they've done it every time for as long as I've been alive. The last Zelda trailer before the game comes out makes it look like the most epic hype thing in the world. Did you watch this trailer, Craigo?
Yes. Yeah, look good.
It looked good, and Ganondorf does look sexy, so it's probably my next purchase, I think. I managed to find it for $49.99. So I was like, okay, we'll play it. I played Breath of the Wild. I like Breath of the Wild. Why not, right? I could just buy Sonic again, but we probably don't need to buy lots of Sonic games again, Craigo. I know that's controversial. Will Craig buy a game at any point soon? Because I feel like there's nothing.
Star Wars.
Yeah, there is Star Wars. I forgot because you're going to sell.
Star Wars. After Star Wars could be the big question.
Yeah, because Minecraft Legends is this week, right?
Yes, it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Okay, so there's that. Fucking hell. We still got Age of Empires 2 to do 200 hours worth of campaigns.
We'll eventually get Age 4. Yeah, it's just so much.
I can't wait for Age 4 because I'm really curious whether we're going to stick to Age 4.
Yeah, it's odd because I feel like it has like no community.
Yeah.
2 has like massive community.
Like
it's so strange.
Damon has been playing Age 4 and has come back to Age 2, which if you know Damon, that means he prefers Age 2. And then like all of the YouTubers I watch, Age of Empires YouTubers, and they will mention 4 in passing, but they were never like, but maybe 4 might be better on console. Like we don't know. It'd be interesting to see. All the Game Pass shenanigans. Obviously, the big news at the minute isn't anything to do with Activision, boys. It's that Sega have bought Rovio. So
yeah, for 700 million, I believe.
Which is pennies because Angry Birds makes a lot of money.
Everyone wants that mobile game money.
Right.
That's why Sega's actually said they want them for their mobile expertise. Even though Sega do have a lot of mobile games, and their mobile games are kind of successful.
Well, Sonic lives forever. I mean, I have this discussion with my girlfriend all the time. They haven't put out a genuinely mainstream good Sonic game for about 20 years, and she's like, all the kids in her school know and love Sonic. Like, pre-movie, love Sonic. Post-movie, still love Sonic. Like, it's just...
If they could just make a good Sonic game, Dave, it would sell like fucking crazy.
It's just like...
It really would, because it is massive now, these 2 movies.
The problem with Sonic is the only way you can make it good is go back. Like, there's no... The mechanics you want to use for Sonic just don't work in modern games. Like, you can't be like they tried it with Frontiers, which is okay, but like you can't be like explorative with Sonic. Like, Sonic has to be quick and twitchy. And like
you know what they should do?
What's that, mate?
Just make Sonic Adventure free.
But that's kind of what Frontiers is. It's kind of how it would play. Like, it was not as campy as Adventure 3 would be, but I just don't think it'd do well. Like, the ones that have done well are
Sonic Generations 2.
Sonic Generations 2, which is Sonic Forces, and Sonic Colors is like the good ones, right? So, but we could do a whole 3-hour episode about Sonic, but that's not today. But what we are going to do today, Craigo, in the tots of the week, tots is, of course, we're going to copy Game Mess again. Are you shocked? Are you shocked to hear this, Craig, that we're copying Game Mess yet again?
It's almost like we all just listen to Game Mess all the time now, isn't it? It's almost like what happens.
So we're going to do a Xbox 360, PS3, Wii generation draft, and then we're going to put it on Twitter / if I can figure out YouTube polls, and we're going to see who gets the most votes for it. So we're going to have 10 games each, With the order I've got it down in is alphabetical, so we'll do it in alphabetical order. Obviously, that means that Chris is not C, he's P, because Chris is not Chris. Chris is Pengy. But
Okay.
just to
Get
keep,
wrecked,
just
Pengy.
because I
Well,
literally,
I was
I didn't
actually
even
gonna
realise
say-
I've got Craig, Dave, Pengy is the order I've written it because I was
See,
like, I forgot he was
that was
called Chris.
sort of the order I was going to do because Craig's currently winning Fantasy Critic, so I was going to go, well, Craig should go first because he's currently winning that, so that...
That sounds like fucking capitalism to me, Dave.
Currently, by the way, I'm
Pengy.
going to win that when Metroid Prime 4 gets announced next week. But so let's go in. Obviously, the rules are as follows. Craig, you go the rules because I haven't. You know this stuff better than me.
It's pretty much just a free for all, no shenanigans. Has to be in the good faith of the game. When Pengy eventually tries to do some shenanigans, if me and Dave veto him out, he's fucked. Only 2 games per franchise can be drafted by anyone. So if you want, let's say, a Call of Duty, as it's a good example, and 2 other people have already drafted a Call of Duty, then you cannot have a Call of Duty. So if you want a game from a particular franchise, and he encourages you to take it quicker.
Very good. Right.
That's about it, I think.
I'm doing it live, pal, and I'm doing some editing on screen right now, so you'll get to see my very quick process. We can see the Google spreadsheet here. Other spreadsheets are available. So, Craigo, pick number 1. What are we going for?
Right. Oh, are we snaking, or are we just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3?
We'll snake.
Or snake.
We'll
Oh
snake.
God. Oh,
We'll
Pengy. Okay.
So Pengy gets 2 at a time. So
Yeah.
for me slandering his real name, he's okay.
Yeah, he's done well there. I'll do what Jeff did, and I will just take the big one. I'll take GTA 5 straight away.
Nice. I did consider GTA 5, and I was like, do we consider this a PS4, Xbox One game? I was like, no, we all bought it on 360 and PS3.
Oh yeah, and it ran like shit.
It ran like
you
shit.
know, it
Okay.
was still amazing.
Right, so let's go to me. What would I do? I'm gonna go Call of Duty 4. Modern Warfare. What we're gonna find out when we do this.
Annoying ass pick here, Dave. I'll be honest.
What we're gonna do here is realize how good this generation was, by the way. So, Chris Pengelly.
Yeah.
Which Sony exclusive would you like me to write down first?
Could you put The Last of Us,
There
please?
we go.
Thank you.
Death,
Thank you, Dave.
taxes, Chris Pengelly. Right, next one, Chris, because it's snakes.
Excellent. I am going to go for a first-person shooter. BioShock.
Okay, good choice. BioShock 1.
Yes.
Okay, obviously, 1 game per franchise is a rule.
Mhm.
Back to Dave. I am gonna go best games of the generation. I'm gonna go Super Mario Galaxy. Not gonna be too many Wii games on this, so.
I was about to say, is that going to be the only Wii game?
Craigo.
I think I'm going to copy Grub again. I'm going to take Skyrim.
Yeah, that was my next pick.
Which I've never played, hilariously.
Yeah,
but
we
I'm
tell the
taking
story
it.
every week, and you should play it because it's a great game.
Well, now that it's on my console list, Dave, I can, right?
Play it on Switch.
Because these are the only 2 games that exist ever, right?
God, next one.
So I've got my 2 big ones. What do I want now?
I think we're going to make this 12 games as well, by the way. This is actually going quite quick, so carry on.
Okay. I think I want an online shooter. Dave's taken COD. I'm going to take Halo 3.
Okay. Right, now I need some variety. I've got some choices. Now I'm going to go for my favourite genre of games, as you know, which is, of course, racing games. Now, do I go fun-ass party racing game? Or do I go...
I think I know which one you want, Dave. I think I know.
So there's about 4 or 5 choices
Yeah,
here.
but there's one that it just reeks of Dave, surely.
So we're going to go Burnout Paradise.
Ooh, okay.
Because I was like, right, so I was like, I'll take the thought process here before we get to Pengy. I was like, well, I could do Gran Turismo, that's pretty good. But there's a newer Gran Turismo, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's better than that. Forza. There's newer Forzas. Mario Kart Wii. It's not that great, is it? Whereas there hasn't been a new Burnout. And everyone loves Burnout Paradise.
I think like Burnout Paradise as well is pretty like synonymous with that generation. I think it's one of those like when you think of racing games on the 360 era, I think that's like one that you definitely think of
Oh,
that.
I played a
absolutely.
lot of that on Xbox Live.
Hell yeah. Pengy.
Right, Penguins
Yeah.
2.
Right, I'm going to actually follow Dave on this one, and I'm going to have a racing game as well to spice up my console with its two sort of shooting games.
If
And
you
this
say
is,
what I want, Chris, I'm going to cry, all right?
I'm taking Need for Speed Most Wanted, the 2012 one,
Thank God.
Okay.
because there was two Need for Speed Most Wanteds on the 360 and stuff to confuse things.
Yeah, so what I would know is Most Wanted You.
Yeah, and then for my next pick, this one might be controversial, and you might veto it, but it did come out on this system first.
Here it comes, guys.
The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
Oh, that's not a
not
VO. Yeah, that was a
that's
launch.
not
That
a
came out on.
Wii
That was a
game, is it?
launch. That was a launch Wii game. So that's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
I was expecting you to say like, oh, I don't know. I don't know whatever I expect you to say, Pengy.
No, because to me, that's a GameCube game, but for most people, that's a Wii game. Like Breath of the Wild, most people it's a Switch game, even though it's on Wii U.
Yeah, that's a Wii game. It's a Wii ass Wii
Mm.
game. Right, for
Mm.
me, let's think. What games were good? To be honest, Craig, so many games were good. That's the kind of hardest thing to think about. So let's think about some genres. So we got our shooter, we got our platformer, we got our racing game. Now, third-person action games in that generation, they weren't very good. They weren't very good at all. I'm gonna go Gears of War because it's amazing and I love it.
Yeah, that's annoying. I wanted that. That's probably going to be my next one, Dave.
Sorry,
Probably going
Craig.
to be my next one. Okay. So I've got two now, haven't I?
You do.
Do I shore up the shooters? I think I do. I think I shore up the shooters now, and then I think I move on. So I want a Call of Duty. I would have had COD 4 given the choice, but I will take Modern Warfare 2.
Okay.
I
I was close with that, but I think the effect of Modern Warfare 1.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, no,
So
I definitely would have taken
you
that
get your
first.
double pick.
Yeah. Do I take another shooter just to really shore that up? Oh, it's just tough things. I want a Gears game. I don't know if Chris. I'll take Gears 2.
Nice. Okay. Well, for me, I'm going to follow suit, and I'm going to go GTA 4. Still a great game. You need one of those games on your console. Pengy.
I'm taking Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, I forgot that came out.
Oh,
That's a really good pick. Really
yeah.
good pick. I didn't really like the first one, so I always forget that it was a thing. Okay, Pengy, next game.
Yeah, and I'm going to mix it up, and I'm going to take something in a different genre. I'm going to take a fighting game, and I'm taking Mortal Kombat.
Which was 9, wasn't it?
Yes.
Kombat 9. Oh, well, you've set me up. Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Nice.
I'm gonna give it its full name if it'll fit. Ultra Street Fighter 4 Turbo. There we go. There we go.
So I don't need any more shooters for a bit.
For a little bit. It was the shooter generation though, so
It was. I kind of want the racing game, so I haven't got one yet. I'm going to take PGR 4.
oh, what a game!
I know, right?
What a game! God rest it. Okay. It's
And
very
I've
clear
got
that, by the
another
way, that
one.
you had an Xbox.
Yes. Other than like The Last of Us, and I'd imagine there was some Uncharted, I wouldn't have a Scooby Doo what came out exclusively on PlayStation this gen. Just because I didn't have it. Wouldn't know. So let's go for some more single player games now, I reckon. Do I take more stuff that I haven't played just to be annoying?
Do it.
Because there's another Mario Galaxy this gen, wasn't there? Was it
Mario Galaxy 2.
2?
Yes.
I'll take Galaxy 2 then.
Some would say the better game, to be honest.
Mm.
But
But you can't understand the story without the first
right,
one.
the
That's the
deep
problem with
lore,
Craig's
Craigo.
console. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to go for the obvious one we've all forgotten about. I'm going to go for Minecraft.
Love it.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna go for
You've got 2 choices now, remember.
yeah. How many have I got so far? Like 5?
You're on 6.
6.
You're halfway there.
Okay.
You're living on a prayer.
Whoa.
I'm gonna take. It's the only horror-ish game I've got on possible taking. I can't really think of many good horror sort of games that generation.
No, it
But
was bad.
I'm gonna take Alan Wake.
Good game. I suppose you
Oh,
do
that's a good
have
choice.
Red Dead's DLC, because obviously that would be
Mhm.
included. And your second pick, Pingy.
I'm gonna take Portal
Great choice.
Yeah.
Portal
as my
staying
puzzle game.
alive. I'm going to go Uncharted 2.
I did have that on my list, but
Okay.
I'm gonna take. I've got 2, haven't I?
You do.
I'll take Assassin's Creed 2.
Okay.
Um,
A lot of 2s on your list, Gregor.
yeah. Well, Assassin's Creed 1 sucks ass. That's why, Davey. And then do I follow that up with another 2? I'm surprised neither of you have taken, because I know you both like it. I've never played it.
I know exactly what this is.
same.
Yeah, I'll take Mass Effect 2.
It's practically a crime against humanity that you haven't played Mass Effect, by the way.
I know.
It's
Yeah,
available on Game Pass now, updated. So
I've told the story before how I pre-ordered Andromeda and never even got the pre-order cancelled. I think.
Right. So what we got? We got first-person shooter, platformer, racing game, third-person shooter, third-person open world game, fighting game, Minecraft, third-person action game. I think we need some more fun. I think we need some more. So we could go fun. Fun is an option. Or we could be really controversial. We could go. I am going to go for. Now you might think this is a controversial thing to do, but I'm going to go for the Telltale's Walking Dead.
I was thinking about that. That's a good shout.
Pengy, your 2.
Mine too. Right. I'm gonna take. You're gonna go. It's not, and then you're gonna realize, and you're gonna pick something else. But the only good JRPG of that generation, The Last Story.
I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. That isn't a good RPG, but yep, go on next.
Yes, I'm into that, and I'm going to take another first-person shooter, and I'm taking Halo Reach.
Solid. That was going to be, if anyone else took 3, that was going to be my backup.
Pengles has predicted what I'm about to do. So what have I just done, Chris?
You've took Lost Odyssey.
You are correct.
I've never played it, so that's why I didn't want to take it.
So good. I'm the only person in this room that's done it.
And I believe it's like 4K 60 frames or whatever
Yeah,
on the Series X because it's
Lost. So
enhanced game.
to put a pin in this conversation, Lost Odyssey is the last good Final Fantasy.
No, Last Story exists, but yeah.
Like genuine turn-based Final Fantasy, like written by Sakaguchi. Oh, it's so good, Chris. You need to do it to yourself and play Lost Odyssey. Like, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. But anyway, Craigo, your 2.
I kind of want some Craig games in it now.
All right.
So I've not got a lot at the moment. I've got a lot of, a few things I've never played. So I kind of want some stuff that I really like. It's one that I want, but I can probably leave that till last. I don't think anyone else will take it. I'll take the Tomb Raider reboot.
I did have that on my list.
Yeah. Which I always forget is that gen.
Yeah.
Because it looked like incredible. I think it must have been right at the end of that generation.
Yeah, the
It was
definitive edition
2013.
was pretty early on in the launch of the new consoles.
And then I want another single player sort of game, one that I've played as well. I'll take Dishonored.
I did think about that one.
Dishonored. Okay. I always have lots of thoughts, and it gets to me, and I'm just like, what? What was I doing? So I'm going to take Portal 2. Thank you.
Nice. How many have I got?
I believe these are your
Two.
last two.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Last two. Right. Where's my sort of indie game? Even though it's quite a big one, I'm going to take Journey.
Nice. I almost took an indie game. That was not the one I was going to go for.
Then I don't know my last pick. I kind of want a Western RPG, but I think the two I'm thinking of. Right, I have played it, and we did a whole episode of games that we don't like. And I don't like this game.
I know what's coming.
I'm taking Fallout 4.
Fallout 3, Pengy.
Fallout 3, sorry.
Not New Vegas. Okay.
Yeah, about to say that was a mistake on Pengy's part. So unfortunately, I cannot take my favourite game of this generation because I love it and no one else does. So instead, I'm going to go for Viva Pinata.
Ooh, I did have that as my fun other.
That was
game.
yeah. I said so. Yeah, we'll let Craigie talk.
What? Okay.
Then the first one's better than the second one, if that's the question you're about to ask.
It is.
So this is the last pick now, isn't it?
It's your last swing.
Okay. It is hard, isn't it? Because there's stuff that like I love, but like no one else cares about. Like this. Oh, I can just talk openly now, can't I? I love Spec Ops: The Line. No one else cares about Spec Ops: The Line. I like The Darkness 2. No one else cares about The Darkness 2. So what do I want? I've not got a fighting game, but I don't really know or care about any fighting games from this gen, so I'm just not going to bother with that. I've just had a thought. And this is what were the Trials games back on the 360?
Most of them. So it was HD, Evolution. I feel like
that's a franchise that
Fusions was
everyone
on
loved,
both.
right?
Potentially.
What was the one that I played the most of? I didn't like Fusion.
I feel now Fusion was more Xbox One, so I feel like it was Evolution. Was the one I suspect you liked.
Yeah, let's go Trials Evolution.
Nice. There we go. It is done. Now
I'm shocked.
I didn't take Sleeping Dogs.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. I expected you to take like number one or something.
To be honest with you, I was looking at GTA 4, Sleeping Dogs, or Saints Row the Third, and I was like, it's got to be one of these. And I was like, you know what, GTA 4 is actually still pretty good. But I also didn't take. I had Braid, Fez, Super Meat Boy, and Bastion. That I was like, do I take #trendy indie game? And I'll be honest, Chris, not a lot on the PS3 that was PS3 exclusive and not like a collection. Because you didn't even mention Metal Gear Solid 4.
Right, I didn't. Right, so the thing is, I was trying to think. I love Metal Gear Solid 4. It's in my top 100 games. The problem is, if you take Metal Gear Solid 4 and you just have a console with Metal Gear Solid 4, it makes no sense whatsoever. That game.
So for context of this 36 game list, there is 1, 2, 3 PlayStation exclusives,
Is
Mhm.
there more Wii games than
Or-
PlayStation 3?
So on the Wii, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Wii games, and then everything else is 360.
No, everything else is there's
360,
Halo Reach, Halo 3,
360 or multi-plat.
24. Yeah,
So,
so say.
so your Xbox exclusives would be nice to Pengy. We've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 4. We've got 5,
Alan Wake, Lost Odyssey,
6,
Xbox.
7. Yeah. So
Yeah.
far and away the winner, Xbox, that gen. Not a surprise if we remember the gen, the type of games that came out. But yeah, very strong, very, very strong generation, boys. So let's
Yeah.
write off this list then before we post it. Craig went for Grand Theft Auto 5, The Elder Scrolls Skyrim, Halo 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Gears of War 2, Project Gotham Racing 4, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Assassin's Creed 2, Mass Effect 2, Tomb Raider 2013, Dishonored, and Trials Evolution.
It's a strong ass console there.
It's a decent. You wouldn't be bored.
No.
I went for Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Super Mario Galaxy, Burnout Paradise, Gears of War, Grand Theft Auto 4, Ultra Street Fighter 4 Turbo, Minecraft, Uncharted 2 Thieves Among Thieves, Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 1, Lost Odyssey, Portal 2, and Viva Pinata. Also a very strong list. Mr. Christopher Pengelly went for The Last of Us, Bioshock, Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Red Dead Redemption, Mortal Kombat 9, Alan Wake, Portal Staying Alive, The Last Story, Halo Reach, Journey, and Fallout 3.
Not a lot of multiplayer there for Peggy. Just noticed that.
Halo Reach.
Halo Reach, yeah, you got that.
It's
And
got
then
Halo Reach and potentially you could argue
Need for Speed.
Need for
Need for
Speed
Speed,
and The
yeah.
Last of Us.
And Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not too
true.
bad.
True.
It's really funny because so this is like not a comment. You can tell looking at these lists. This list has almost built itself into some sort of weird like Venn diagram of Craig being only on Xbox, Pengel's being really a PlayStation gamer in terms of like the type of game he plays, and then me in the middle that kind of does everything. Perfect balance in the Force.
Mm.
You can choose
And
which is good and which is evil.
I know what you had some that like you were thinking about. Like I was thinking about Oblivion, but then I thinking that might have aged too much, so I went for Fallout.
Yeah, Oblivion was on my thought as well.
Thing with Dragon Age Origins, I thought that might have aged too much
Yeah,
as well.
Badly.
Ni no Kuni for like a JRPG.
Oh yeah, the first one was
Was PS3.
That's no Final Fantasy. What was the Final Fantasy of this gen?
13.
I like it.
So
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
That's the one that I
Arkham
played
Asylum.
on the phone to you, Craig, and I was like, this game fucking
Oh
sucks.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I thought about Arkham City. Arkham City was something I considered.
Bayonetta.
Rayman Legends
Yeah,
was one that
Bayonetta.
I was really tempted by.
Shadow Complex came to mind, and Catherine. But I thought Catherine is way too Pengel's picked.
Way too Bengals pick. I'm surprised you didn't
Yeah.
take Senna and Kagura, because I remember you talking quite
3DS.
vividly about all those games
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah, well, we need to do a 3DS and Vita and
God,
version
that
of
won't
this.
go well for either of our egos, Pengy, I think. Not going to be a whole lot of Vita games on that list, sadly.
It'll be Pokemon.
It'll be all 17 Pokemon
Pokemon?
games. But yeah, there we go. Well, that is the list. We'll post these in various places for you to vote on, so let us know. And we'll crown the winner next week. But yes, that is the show. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.